You will suffer for that insult.
Well, that was fun. How about we do it again? Here's some more great 80s villain insults. The ones who didn't get featured in the first video. And we'll start with what may well be the mic drop moment of the whole video. Cobra Commander's arms dealer, Destro, knew how to put the head snake in his place with his own brand of alliterative alienation.
You dare speak to me of success, you psychotic, sibilant serpent of a dolt!
Well, you win, Destro. It doesn't get any better than that.
But Destro does not celebrate until his wars are won.
And wage a war he did against Cobra Commander.
Egotistical peacock, reptilian popinjay.
Puppin what? Destro didn't buy into Cobra Commander's theatrics.
And I lost more time climbing to this ridiculously melodramatic location.
But was nice enough to offer some philosophical tidbits.
Premature panic is the sign of an immature mind.
And made time for a few jabs at Cobra's master of disguise.
I will not have my opinions questioned by a penny anti-quick change artist.
And before we move on from Cobra, here's a verbal gem from the young master, Storm Shadow.
I'd finish you, Joe, but that would deprive me of the opportunity to humiliate you again someday.
Insult or just plain truth? Moving on to Etheria was the evil cad who may have taught Skeletor everything he knows.
Oh, that blasted horde bully boy, that conniving claim jumper!
The leader of the evil horde, Hordak.
Skeletor! You treacherous turncoat two-faced traitor!
And whenever two of them were in the same room, it was insult magic.
Nice try, Boneface! You blasted blue bungler! Take that!
Getting rusty, Hordak? Try this!
But at least Skeletor always showed respect to his mentor.
I had anticipated that, Batty is.
Who's funnier, the master or the apprentice?
I'd say we're even.
Back to some more Cybertronian slights. When he wasn't taking a beating from Megatron, Starscream was dispensing some disrespect of his own.
How quaint! The girls have come to rescue their boyfriends! Our clever leader doesn't know what it does! All the danger you can handle is already here, Optimus Prime! Too bad you don't move as fast as you talk, Ironhide! Why, you rust-encrusted cockroach! Especially since he has done more in 2 days than you have in 2 years!
And he may not have had Starscream's bombastic flair, but Soundwave could spit a savage dig when he wanted to.
All talk, no shock. Soundwave superior, Constructicons inferior. Who are you calling inferior?
But the Constructicons could give as good as they got.
Nobody would follow an uncharismatic bore like you!
Hey, nobody calls Soundwave uncharismatic!
Luckily, Soundwave had his little buddies to stand up for him. And even though he was the biggest Transformer to ever exist and could devour entire worlds in minutes, the Chaos Bringer wasn't above a bit of dry wit when dealing with a megalomaniac.
Nobody summons Megatron. Then it pleases me to be the first.
Speaking of movie villains,
Fun's over.
here's one of my new favorites based on a classic movie maniac.
Say goodbye, Fuzzman! Do your worst, Scuzz Fuzz!
Just found out not long ago that Clarence Botticer appeared in a lone episode of RoboCop the animated series.
Time to show this gnat what he's up against!
And he's just as wickedly funny as the movie version.
I bet you don't think I'm a very nice person. Ah, kiss up! I bet you don't like me very much. Well, you're about to like me a lot less.
Chris Latta's insult talents weren't just limited to his voice work as Cobra Commander and Starscream.
You coward!
He finally got to play a character that wasn't cowardly, but had just as much verbal ferocity in Visionaries as Kravex,
Greedy swine!
the sharp-tongued crazy brute.
Lying filth! You are a mercenary! For enough money, you would betray yourself! Bootlicker, have you no will of your own, I'll just crack you out of principle!
Wow, that rant might just rival the psychotic sibilant of a serpent. And a couple more cantankerous creeps. Over on Third Earth, there's Mumm-ra from Thundercats.
Did you really think that the miserable creatures of this planet would go to the trouble of building a museum just for you? And the Lord of the Thundercats is reduced to a sniveling coward.
Who wasn't impressed by the mutants.
Mutant technology. Much good that has done us. A miserable record of consistent failure, mutants. A pathetic exhibition of Plundarian incompetence. A convincing demonstration of calamity, clumsiness, and cowardice.
And the other 80s Rankin Bass Batty in the Limbo Galaxy, Monstar from Silverhawks.
Those bird brains? Come on and fight, Yellow Hawks! Let me give you a warm welcome. You want to go out on a high note, cowboy? Enough of your failure, you miserable billy goat.
And here's a surprise. Bet you wouldn't expect to see Peter Cullen on a list of greatest villain insults.
Well, I've never heard of you. I'm not impressed.
Peter Cullen, Optimus Prime. When he wasn't commanding the Autobots on Transformers, he was this little rain cloud on Rainbow Bright.
I'm murky dismal.
And he was a real Negatron.
You nitwit! You not flu-sick marshmallow brain. Disgusted sick.
Dr. Claw from Inspector Gadget would get cancelled for his cruelty to animals these days.
You useless puffball! I said I feel like singing. Plans to stop me from doing what I do best.
Although I'm sure he'd call it just harmless fun.
I decide what's harmless.
See? And to finish off the list, we'll go to the toughest, harshest part of the entire galaxy, New York. Big Boss had quips for cops, as well as his own henchmen.
Vacation's over, knuckleheads. Get back to the plane. Even Berserko, my numbskull nephew, managed to grab some loot without getting caught.
We sure made monkeys out of the police.
Well, next time, Berserko, steal money, not bananas, see? It's a miracle my whole scheme wasn't botched by your incompetence.
And the one who may be the most insulting, most abrasive, most nagging of them all, the Statue of Liberty, after Metlar brought her to life to be his wife in Inhumanoids.
So, who are the creeps?
Allow me to introduce my statue warriors.
They look like rejects from some museum. First, your place is a dump. Second, you got a gut. Lose it. And third, if you're expecting me to do the big hits with you, you'd better clean up your act.
So who's the prince or princess of insults?
A fitting end to this absurd scheme.
Pick your favorite and leave a comment below.
Tenacious devil, aren't you? Say bye-bye.
Feel free to share and jibe subscribe to join the tribe.
Well, I think I had some moments there.
And why can't you get decent help? They couldn't even beat those ridiculous, ugly creatures. Are you listening to me? Excuses, all the time excuses. Turn that up. Call this a hot tub? For surface creatures maybe, but not for me. You can't even do one simple thing right. Why do I put up with you? I ask a few small things. You bungle them. No wonder you can't defeat your enemies. Don't